Jonathan, how you doing?
I'm doing great. We had a good morning out on the golf course today.
We did. It was beautiful.
Absolutely. Had some late comers to the closest to the pin contest, but...
Yeah, they made their way out slowly, but we did a good job.
What was the final one? Was it like 14 and a half, 14.5,
yeah,
14, something like that?
Yeah.
That's the last one before we left. We left a little bit early, though, so there may be an update that we get a little bit later on,
soon
on this
yeah.
for today's closest to the
I'll tell you
pin
what, the donuts are definitely gone when
yes.
we left. Yeah, they're a hit. So
donuts and the coffee this time.
The coffee was totally gone.
Fantastic. Miles Market, the supplier of that. We'll be talking with Linda from Miles Market a little bit later on this hour. Keep an ear out for that, because if you do keep an ear out, you might have a chance to call in and win something having to do with Miles Market later on this hour. I think that we'll have Linda on around 9:30.
Correct.
So
yeah,
we'll be looking forward to that. But for right now, we're going to be talking about something maybe a little bit more informative, a little bit more educational in some ways. Tell us who we've got with us.
Today we have Stephanie Reinhardt with us, and she is from the Buttman Fish Library, the branch head here in Saginaw.
Good morning, Stephanie.
Good morning. Thank you guys for having me.
Thanks for being here.
So, Stephanie, share with us what you do as the branch head, and kind of what can you share that the Saginaw area and beyond need to know?
Yeah, so Buttman Fish is one of the 4 branches of the Public Libraries of Saginaw. We have Hoyt downtown, which is one of the only places in the state you can see 2 castles on the same block, with the Hoyt Library and the Castle Museum.
That's cool.
We have Wicks Library over by the Pickle Factory. We have Buttman Fish Library kind of in the courts, just past the Court Street Theater. And then we have Zoll Library in the township, and we're all one library system.
Those get less exciting in your descriptions of where to find them as you go. There's the one where there's 2 castles. There's the one next to the pickle factory.
It's really hard to beat 2 castles as a description.
This is true.
I've worked in a lot of castle-like libraries, but never with 2 on the same block, I will say.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, our summer reading program just started last week, so we're geared up for that. We're really excited. We've got summer reading for all ages. We've got a program for babies, for kids, for teens, and for adults, so everybody can come and get amazing prizes just for doing the reading that we know you're all doing over the summer.
We should be doing that on anyway. Is there still an opportunity to sign up and be part of that?
100%. So you can sign up at any of the 4 branches anytime. Just stop in and grab a reading log and you can get started. For children and teens, they get a free book just for signing up. So if you come in and pick up a log, we're going to hand you a book to go home and start with that reading log. Adults, sorry, you don't get the prize until the end.
But you can check out a book.
Absolutely. We have tens of thousands of books at each branch, and we get more every day. So if you haven't gotten a physical book in a long time, no problem. We also have e-resources. You can get books through Libby or Hoopla. As long as you have a library card, those are free with your library card, as well as our streaming services, audiobooks, comics. All of that is available to you, even if it's hard to find time to come into the library during open hours.
All of that just through a library card.
Oh, yeah, and so much more.
Really?
Yeah, our databases, we have test prep classes. So if you sign up with a library card, you can get access to, if you're studying for your GED or even your GRE or the SAT. There are test prep classes and practice tests that we have available online. We have car repair databases and small engine repair databases. So if you're out there and your lawnmower dies and you need to know how to repair it, you can look that up on our databases as well. Again, all free with your library card. Those are provided to us through an agreement with the Library of Michigan. So we're really lucky to have that as well.
So who can apply for a library card?
So for the Public Libraries of Saginaw, anybody who lives in our service area, which is largely Saginaw City, Saginaw Township, Cotchville Township, Carlton, Zilwaukee, Buena Vista, and a few kind of adjoining townships and areas around us. But if you're not in Saginaw's service area, you are in someone else's service area. So, I know listeners in the Bay County area have the Bay County Library System, and people in Midland have Grace A. Dow Library. And in other parts of Saginaw County, we have Frankenmuth Library and Birch Run Library. There's tons of them. All of them are doing summer reading right now, so definitely stop into your closest library.
I want to know about this summer reading program.
Yeah?
I just cracked open a new book a few weeks ago. What can I win? What can I get out of this?
So if for those of you who have been doing the summer reading program for the last few years, we introduced a new logo for our summer reading program, the Reads Bunny. So the old Beans Bunny, we kind of reinterpreted that
Love
and put
it.
Reads below it. So this will be our third or fourth year doing the Reads Bunny. And so we have a really cool branded Public Libraries of Saginaw Reads Bunny notebook that you guys can use for, I don't know, keeping track of notes for the show, whatever books you plan to read next, all that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's amazing. So beyond books, right? When I had asked you like, hey, let's do this, you shared there's things that the library provides beyond books. What are some of those things?
So many. So, we have our media collection. So traditional books, audiobooks, DVDs, those kinds of things. And those are still the core of our collection. But we also have recently launched a library of things. So you can check out things from an inflatable movie screen to a ukulele to a ring light if you want to become the next TikTok star.
Jonathan's on that.
I've already got a ring light, but maybe I need two.
We even have a podcasting mic for those people who want to, have their own kind of radio show without a broadcast.
So you call this a library of things?
Yeah, it's been a movement in the library world for the last decade or so. We got several grants to help us out with this, one from the American Library Association to get us started. And then through ARPA funds, we received funds from both the county and the city to help us supplement that. We also, kind of as an extension of that, now have a board game collection. We have 250 board games across the 4 branches, which are free to check out and
Now you're
use and bring
speaking my
back.
language.
Yeah, we love board games. That's my baby. I love my board game collection so much. But we have games. I have games in my collection for 2 and up, all the way to like really long, intense games. Like if you think Risk is long and hard, there are games way beyond that in our collection too. We also have quite a few of like the Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop RPG books, which are very expensive. So we have all of those available to check out. You can borrow them, just bring them back so that other gamers can enjoy them. Plus, we just got tablets called Launchpads, which are tablets that are not connected to the internet, which have been loaded with games and activities that are educationally valuable and pedagogically appropriate, which means they're age appropriate and help kids learn. So we have those for young children, but we also just got a brand new set in for adults that have language learning and specific subjects. Like I think we have an AP calculus one, which is not a subject I've ever taken.
Nope.
But someone is taking it.
Might want to try it. Now I do. I don't know. So the launch pads. There is this something you can check out or oh
Yeah, all of this stuff is available to check out. We even have Chromebooks you can check out.
That's cool. Is this at any of the
4 libraries?
branches?
We
Okay.
we do the launch pads you can check on the catalog. The Chromebooks we do suggest you call ahead just to make sure because we have to wipe them in between patrons for their privacy. But if a Chromebook's not available, we do always have the public computers and the Wi-Fi is on in our parking lots 24/7. So if you're ever hard up for a Wi-Fi signal, just swing past a library.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a lot more services than just books, which is what people think of when you think of a library.
And that is really only scratching the surface. I'm spread out in front of me. The listeners can't see it. I have like a dozen different pieces of paper because there is no way for me to remember all of the things that are coming up. Like we have Tai Chi with MSU Extension. They come and teach a Tai Chi class twice a week all summer for us. That starts June 17th at Buttman Fish Library. Registration is still open for that. We have an author visit through the Michigan Notable Books Program. The state of Michigan looks at a whole bunch of books that are about Michigan or by Michigan authors and chooses the most important ones of the year.
Do we know
Yes.
who's going to be showing up?
Yeah, so we're getting the author of a book of poetry called Good Dress. The author is Brittany Rogers. It explores themes of Black Detroit, Black womanhood, community, and much more. We're looking forward to that on Tuesday, June 24th at 6 p.m. at Hoyt Library.
That's coming up.
Yeah. So, and then, I mean, there's everything. We've got Nerf battles coming up. We've got Dramunity coming. We have a whole bunch of science classes with the Sloan Longway Museum. We've got 14 book clubs. So if you want to talk about books with people, I have 14 book clubs a month for you to come in.
And these are between all of the libraries and the Saginaw Public Library system.
Yeah, and these are just the 4 libraries in Saginaw. Check with your library if you're not in that area. But if you don't, you can still come to all of our programs. They're free and open to the public. Some of them just require registration, so be sure to check online.
That's awesome. We're going to dive deep into some of those programs. I want to hear more about you caught my ear with a couple of those. We need to take a quick break, though. We'll be right back. We're talking with Stephanie Reinhardt from Saginaw Public Libraries after this.
The blossoms around the tree, the
Welcome back to the Art Lewis Show. Jonathan Dent and Christiana Malacara filling in for Art this morning. The Art Lewis Show is presented by Westside Decorating Center. You can visit them at 5789 State Street in Saginaw, or go online to westsidedecoratingcenter.com. That's westsidedecoratingcenter.com. We're talking about the Saginaw Public Library System and everything that they do beyond just books. We're joined by Stephanie Reinhart. Good morning, Stephanie. Thanks for being with us. You were listing out very quickly a whole lot of programs that the libraries have going on, and Christiana broke my rule and asked you off the air, what's your favorite one? So I'm going to ask you now, apart from your book clubs, what is your favorite program that you have going
apart
on?
from my book clubs, that feels like I gave an answer.
Yep.
Now I have to come up with another one. I think the one I'm most excited about for the summer, because I am a big nerd, I'm running some Dungeons and Dragons games at the library this summer.
So you're among a friend right there.
Yeah, I've done that I did it a couple years ago. I'm excited to do it a couple times this year. It's just a really great way to get people to come and learn the game in a safe space. And everybody benefits from playing pretend a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I'm also doing a couple painting classes, which are like, please don't come and think that you have to be good at it, because I'm only okay at it in the first place.
Open to all skill sets.
100%. You're going to take home a really beautiful painting at the end.
I like that.
That's fun.
All free. All of our programs are free.
Are these just summer programs or year-round?
We offer programs year-round. We definitely boost it during the summer. Summer is the library's busiest time with people out of school, lots of people doing vacation, or they'll have their grandkids up. So we definitely increase the amount of programming we have. But we do run programming all year, but usually summer is when you get your chance to see like live animals at the library. We've got the Reptarium coming in case snakes and lizards are your thing.
To the library?
Yeah, that one's at Buttman Fish. I know Zoll also has the camouflage animals program coming. That one's in July. So yeah,
wow.
Please check out our website, because there are so many I can't possibly talk about.
What is the website?
SaginawLibrary.org.
That's easy to remember.
We're going to say that at least one more time.
Yeah, we will.
As we keep going.
Yeah, that's but beyond the books, right? We're talking about programs that are hands-on, something you can take home. To attend one of these programs, like the painting, which I'm interested in, would you need to have a library card?
No, all of our programs are free and open to the public. You don't even have to live in our service district in order to come to our programs. If you don't have a library card for whatever reason that is, it's free to get one if you're in our service area, or we have agreements with lots of areas around us. So again, just call us and check to see if you have access to a Public Libraries of Saginaw card. And then you can have access to our whole collection, but you can join us for any program. If it's registration, though, you will need to call us or go online and let us know you're coming.
We talked about programs, and I think we touched on it a little bit in terms of resources that can be used when it comes to technology, when it comes to this library of things, which I think is an awesome concept. Are there any other resources that can offer people support that maybe having a library card can kind of give access to? If not, it's fine.
No, you're totally fine. There's just so through the Library of Michigan, we have access to, I want to say it's 30 or 40 different databases for different kinds of things. So we have a legal help database that provides legal forms, or if you're doing more in-depth law research, we have one for that. We also have educational databases. We have like Britannica. Those of us who remember the big giant sets of encyclopedias as kids. That's online now. So we have both World Book and Britannica as a database. We even have one called Pebble Go, which is aimed at very young children, so younger than second grade, because it will read the article to you.
Is that kind of thing accessible through the website, or
Yes.
do you have to come in? You can do that from home.
You can do it from your phone. You can do it from your website.
That's so cool.
The really cool thing about the databases we get from the Library of Michigan is that they are what's called GeoIP authenticated, which is the fanciest possible way of saying if you are getting your internet in the state of Michigan, it should know that and let you in, because it's paid for by the state. Now, there's some possibilities with that changing with the IMLS being, which is the Institute of Museum and Library Services. whether that is going to continue and in what form that will be. So we'll keep you guys updated on that in future. But right now we've got them.
That's the stay tuned part. But before we move any further, I want to talk about the Friday Flicks.
Yeah, so that I probably should have said in my favorite programs because it's great. But so it's a partnership that we have with the Riverside Film Festival. So one of the free digital resources we have is called Canopy, which is a bunch of movies and TV shows from big bestsellers all the way down to like indie documentaries. And you get free access to that up to usually about 10 movies a month. It's by a ticket cost. And they select movies that they feel are important to watch. It's an extension of the Valley Film Society, which used to meet at Saginaw Valley a long time ago. But about 2.5 years ago, we moved it over here to Buttman Fish. And they've been meeting about every other week, depending on library schedule, their schedule. But with the Court Street Theater not being available last fall, they've just been meeting at our library. And we're really looking forward to that continued partnership. We have 6 months of movies planned already. So if you guys are interested in that, there's also free. They provide snacks. We provide coffee. It's a good deal for everyone.
Wow.
With all of this stuff available at the libraries, can we still just come in and check out a book? Is that something we can still do?
Yes, and that is what most people do. In fact, you can place a book on hold from your phone and have it ready for you at the desk when you come in.
That's so cool.
Yeah, we have a new app that rolled out about 6 months ago. So you just create an account and you can place things on hold, send it to whatever library of the 4 that you'd like. And we're in a really cool place because we have our 4 libraries, but we're also connected to a bunch of the libraries in the area. So we're connected to libraries from Houghton Lake and Gaylord all the way down to Lapeer, Bay County, all these kind of regional libraries. Many of us share a catalog, which means that we can request books from their catalog with a single click. And if none of those libraries have it, we can go to something called MEL, which is the Michigan E-Library. And libraries from all over the state of Michigan, including some university libraries, will send their collections to us for you to borrow. So you can get access to the University of Michigan's libraries, for instance, through the MEL program.
That's so cool.
That's amazing. The fact that there's more, like I'm saying, I'm going to say it again, like beyond the books, there's more there. The library of things, your programs, the services. You were saying there's even legal services that you could obtain. But yeah, you can still go get a paperback book and cozy up inside of a castle.
Yeah, there's some really phenomenal reading areas at every library. But if you want to read in a castle, like, come on, I get it.
You could do that here in Saginaw.
One more time, what's the website?
So our website is saginawlibrary.org.
Fantastic. Well, Stephanie, thank you so much for coming in. I have a feeling we'll be talking again about some future programming as it comes up. So thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll be right back. We'll be talking with Linda Shepard from Miles Market about all the exciting stuff they have going on there and a chance for you to possibly call in and win something when it comes to Miles Market. So stay tuned for that.
Looking for top quality
with the Art Lewis Show here on a Tuesday morning. Jonathan Dent, Christiana Malacara filling in for Art this morning. And Christiana, we were out this morning on a golf course.
Yes.
Freezing our toes off.
Yes.
Among other things.
It was cold.
It was pretty chilly with the breeze there, but we had some phenomenal snacks and some coffee.
So good.
There to help us out. And that was courtesy of Miles Market. If you came out to the closest to the pin contest and you enjoyed a donut and a coffy from Miles Market.
You're welcome.
So good.
It was delicious. That was one of the reasons why I wake up so early. Why I woke up so early this morning, because I wanted to get my donut first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wanted to make sure you were the first in line.
It was so good.
Get a fresh donut.
And the coffee, too. So thank you to Miles Market for providing that for closest to the pen.
Well, we can thank Linda Shepard right now because she is on the line. Linda with Miles Market. Linda, good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi, Linda.
How are you today?
We got off to the right start.
Yeah, it's been a great day so far.
you had donuts and coffee. I mean, that's why I built the market for that reason. Nothing I like better than a nutty donut and a cup of coffee.
Absolutely. So, Christiana and I have a disagreement, and Linda, you're going to be the tiebreaker here.
Oh, Lord.
Included in the boxes of donuts delivered, which I still have a few donuts left here. I'm going to hold them up to the mic so our listeners can smell them, because that's how microphones work. Yeah.
Okay.
Included in these boxes of donuts, there was one donut that was maple glazed, and it had bacon on it. And I absolutely love those.
Ugh.
And so I claimed it. And Christiana, I offered her a piece of it, and
I took it.
she tried it.
I ate it.
Credit, it's not her thing.
It was not my thing. I could eat the bacon separate and the donut separate, but together, I just couldn't do it, Linda. Good quality
it's
donut.
Not everybody's taste. That's why we have such a variety, because it's not everybody's taste. It's not mine. It's not one of my favorite donuts. Some people just love them. You know, it's everybody's taste, but that's why we have so many varieties, because everybody's different. That's what makes it great.
You do. When you walk into Miles Market, there's an entire showcase of donuts. It is beautiful. It smells great. The entire place is a vibe. This morning, I reached in the box and grabbed the classic glazed donut. It was wonderful, a beautiful pair with my coffee, my black coffee, and because it's just that good. But when you walk into Miles Market, like I said, it is a complete vibe. If you're going in for breakfast or a weekday for lunch, going for a drink in the evening or a Saturday morning for music, it just it's one of those feel good kind of places.
Well, that was the idea from the start. I like what I like, and my daughter Heather's who's involved, my son Alex, everybody whose opinion, we wanted that kind of coziness, because it started with Sips Cafe with that coziness, and we wanted that to come over into the market, that you can come in with your laptop, work all day, which we've got people that do that. I have people that have breakfast and lunch. It's so funny. But they feel so calm there that they can sit there and do their work. And then, but if you need to run in and get something, we've got takeout, we have DoorDash, everything. So, but I wanted that feeling of calm and happy, and a place where you run into your friends.
And it's definitely that. I can speak from the heart here. There are times I've gone in for lunch and stayed for dinner time, and with my laptop, you can usually find me there on Friday. Sometimes even sitting at the bar making friends on a Friday. It is one of those places in town where it's also a great location. Could you give us the address?
It is 6235 Gratiot Road, right where Midland and Gratiot meet.
So you said you started out with Sips. That is called Sips 4476 Cafe? Correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, because it's on the corner 46 and 47, and that came about after Sanford failed, because I should have been working at the marina all summer. Mm-hmm. When that failed, that's when we turned back to the building, and I said, I've been wanting to put a cafe in, let's go. And that's how, in 2020, Sips was born. And
when did Miles Market open?
Miles Market opened in the end of 2022, really got going in the early 2023.
Okay. And you have some amazing things happening. Obviously all of our listeners are going to know that Christiana loves Miles Market, because I was actually just there on Saturday. We're going to take a quick break here, and then when we come back, Jonathan, you want to share?
Yes, when we come back, stay tuned. Your opportunity to call in and win a $100 gift card, I believe, to Miles Market. That's coming up next here on WSGW.
Warmer weather is here.
Welcome back to the Art Lewis Show. One last little bit here. Jonathan Dent, joined by Christiana Malakara. Christiana, we're having a great morning this morning, and that is in no small part thanks to Linda Shepard and Miles Market. Linda, good morning again.
Good morning.
And for all of you listeners out there, please stay tuned. At the end of this segment, we will be giving you an opportunity to call in to win $100 at Miles Market. So stay tuned for that. That'll be at the end of the show here. But in the meantime, we talked about all the great food. We talked about all the great drinks you can get at Miles Market. The programming part. Christiana has told me that there's some exciting stuff going on at the market. What's that about, Christiana?
So actually, the kickoff was this Saturday. There was a whole music event happening. But Linda, what's next with that space?
Oh my gosh. So the funny thing about it is, from the day I bought it, if anybody's been there and you drive around the back of the building where the dock doors are, it kind of goes down and it just gives this great amphitheater feeling. So from the day I bought it, I thought, oh, I'm going to do concerts out here. I don't know. Things just happen. And so finally, after 5 years of working on it, we had the Mick Furlow Band there Saturday night. We had over 300 people, and it was just a great vibe, and everybody sat on the berms, the flood berm, and all the stuff, and just, it was a great time. And now, June 21st, Curtis is going to be there with his fabulous Sugar Beat Band. See, I have to say it slow. It's
Sugar Beat Blues Band.
Yes. I know, if I say it too fast, it doesn't come out right. So they're going to be there on the 21st, from 7 to 9. And then during our Sand and Sun sand sculpture event, which is always the weekend after the 4th of July, and this will be our 5th one, Mick Furlow is going to be back on July 11th, that Friday night, for a good concert again.
So share a little bit about the sand sculpture competition there, because I actually ran into John Martinez from the Art Hub. Yeah. And he was telling me that you're going to have more artists than ever before there.
Yes, we have quite a few master teams coming in this time. We've never had a master team, so that's really exciting. And we have 5 amateur teams again. We have like 18. They're professionals going to be there, so it's just going to be a blowout.
And
it's just going to be.
Where are you located again? And is the sand sculpture and the concerts and all of this open to the public?
Yes, everything's always open to the public, and we try to be super family friendly. I want it to be a building of just fun, no big hassles, just families come enjoy, especially the sand sculpture event. That we have sandboxes out for the kids. We have the SIPS trailer out in front. And it's just 3 days of watching these wonderful people put these sculptures together, and just community. And I guess that's at the bottom of it, is I just am trying to have community.
That's great. I know the sand sculptures, whenever I'm driving around that area and the event is going on, there's always kind of this, oh yeah, that's there.
Yeah.
I have to say, I haven't stopped by Miles Market quite yet. I've had many delicious things from there that have been brought to the station.
He's
but
spoiled rotten. It gets brought to him.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to stop by. Especially, I didn't know you guys did like lunch food and stuff like that. So, yeah, I might have to stop by for one of these concerts.
Menu.
What does the menu look like for those who haven't come in?
We have everything in morning, from the morning jam sandwich, which is the Sunrise Sammy, which is everybody's favorite, to Eggs Benedict, to the Missy Cristo, to soup and sandwiches, half sandwich, half soup, to a smash burger. And then if anybody's had our fry dippers, they are fantastic. They're delicious. It comes with our market sauce. We have buffalo chicken salad wraps. We just have a huge variety of kind of comfort food, feel good food.
My go-to is the animal fries. That has bacon on it, Jonathan, and I will accept the bacon on the fries, but not on the donut. I'm sorry. But those are delicious.
Yeah, they're delicious. And everything is curated. Everything is things we love. The staff loves to make it. We have the flatbread pizzas. It's been so much fun. And 10 pounds later, here we are.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. So during all these events, is this great food available, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Yep, we're open every night we open at 7. We're open till 9. The bar is open until 11. And they have curated cocktails. Oh my gosh, they're so delicious.
The espresso martini is my go-to there. So I know I'm saying all my favorites. So if anybody wants to, meet me at Miles later, you know what to order for me. But I must commend the staff, the waiting staff, the cooks, the bakers, everyone that's there, all the way down to the bartenders. It's a friendly environment.
That's what we really work towards. I really want it to be, and it's so cliche to say when you walk in like Norm going into